But yeah, no, they've always had towers here. What?
Currency is a guilder. It's a gold coin. I have it written down as Genovian, but the location is Beastkin, right?
I'll let you explain it.
The guilder is for Melwix, which is a different realm, different zone to this. There is a Melwix in this zone as well, but we've never been to it. We've got two worlds very similar to each other. One which has humans and one which has the Beastkin.
Right, I've never been in the human one. So this
Okay.
that I have written down is Gilder gold coin with the lioness Genovian.
Yes, that's it.
Beastkin.
Yes.
But here on this continent, they call it a $20 gold coin as opposed to a guilder, which is the same coin but in a different continent.
I think they started using paper notes or something in Melwix.
Sometimes. I'd have to look. I don't think they do.
Doesn't matter. Not important.
No, but either way. We get rid of all that. That's right. Fucking all that's gone. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
The amount is 0.
Yeah, so 3/10 of a gold coin later.
From someone.
I'm guessing Pete's got. Usually they go in gold coins, but guys, this is like a small fraction of a gold coin. So they normally don't concern themselves with this small amount of money.
No problem. Currently only have money in 3 places.
Near the southern end, near the end of Main Street, one of the buildings is Johnson's boarding house, according to the sign hanging from the oak tree. It says, "Polite guests welcome."
Yeah.
And right there,
shit.
Finley knows he's in trouble.
Just gonna go AFK a sec. Got an annoying dog. Back in a moment.
All right. So we head in.
No problem. There's a lady there named Alma Johnson. Looks like a older lady and whatnot. Did you wipe your feet? She asks.
I look around.
There's a big wiping thing there, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Wipe all over that.
All right, great. She nods. Says, "How may I help you?" Oh, you're the 3 Australians?
Yeah.
All right, no problem. And 1 room each, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. It is $1 per night. That includes in the morning juice, coffee, and fresh baked muffins.
Sounds great.
Excellent.
Irish those coffees.
She says, guests have access to the common room between 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. and they must vacate their rooms between noon and 3 p.m. each day so that it may be cleaned.
No problem.
Very good. I hear the cat. See if it wants out.
I think it wants in.
Now? No.
What the hell have you done to Logan? He is wandering around meowing at a fucking cat.
Cat didn't want out.
Is the cat there?
Yeah.
Where the fuck was she?
Doing cat things somewhere?
Don't know, weird.
Yes. It's your cat. Your cat is fucking weird. Like,
All right. So I will keep my trumpet case and put all my other shit in the room.
Okay, no problem. By the way, she mentions that weekly. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. She runs by the week. It's 1/7 of a gold per week. So when Pete gets back, he'll get to pay 3/7 of a gold.
Bloody hell. That's cheap.
Yes.
Maybe he should just buy this place.
It's ours now.
Anything to keep from having to do math. Yes.
Buy the place. Employ the woman. Tell her she can stay here for free. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
All right. I'll keep my money on me.
unless anything weird happens, I guess we just skip to the morning.
I'm good with that. As long as I get that 3/7 of a gold out of Pete. Anyway, so in the morning, you guys get served muffins, juice, and coffee and stuff you've been promised.
I'm doing my calisthenics in my room in the morning.
I'm going calisthenics.
God damn it.
Oh, fumble card. I saw one fumble card. Oh, by the way, you've rented 3 rooms for a week each.
Yep.
I need 3/7 of a gold from you.
All right.
Nice.
Three
you know that.
sevens.
Yes, 3/7. It's 1/7 of a gold per person per week, so that's 3/7.
Only Pete would be like, all right, let me figure this math out. Everyone else,
Like, here's a gold pitch and just throw it at take the gold. I'm not doing that.
No, there's 70 silver to a gold, so it's 30 silver basically.
ooh,
Who made 70 silver to the gold? That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Right, what's my fumble card?
Right. You hear an explosion, see blood got out of Kinley's door, and you're like, well, he may be a bit late to breakfast.
It's a heavy night.
You stand there looking stupid for a whole round, but fortunately you're in a room by yourself going,
By the way, Alex, did you want me to try and teach you shapeshifting before we bed down for the evening?
oh,
Sure.
you've already bedded down. It's next day. You're up again.
Well, Pete wasn't here, so
Oh, that's right. Okay.
if you want to let him have a roll.
All right.
Just a quick couple of rolls. Nope. Never teach
Never-
you shapeshifting
Never
again.
ever teach it to him. It's all up to the lumberjack to attempt to teach you shapeshifting now, because you can never ever teach him that.
teach.
You're never going to learn shapeshifting unless he wants to spend a hero point or reroll card.
The question is, how much do you want to learn shapeshifting?
Oh, it would be a cool thing to have. Sure.
Because, as an aside, if you ever want to walk the Logris, etc., you will need shapeshifting.
Yeah.
So, I will.
So I can guarantee as soon as people find out what the Logris powers are, they'll be like, God damn it, why do I have it? And they'll be very angry that they don't already have shapeshifting mastered.
Mm-hmm. No, not tonight.
Not today.
And the next morning, go ahead and try it then for your one. You get once a day teaching roll, Tim, so you can try to teach him also. Oh, wait, he might be onto something.
Oh,
Hey, Colburn, you will never teach him that subject. You can teach him something else, but never.
I thought that was McKay.
No,
Yeah. That'd be fucking
no, I made it by half, but no.
He attempts to teach and immediately stands in front of him and does nothing. Step 1, do nothing.
Yep. He goes up in front of Kinley and he's like, first, you have to make friends with your student. And he grabs Kinley's head and goes, so,
All right, yes, just remind me every day.
Okay.
mhm. So you guys, after having somebody neigh in your face for a while,
We'll go and have breakfast. I don't know, is breakfast supplied as part of the boarding house?
Yeah, there's juice in a biscuit.
yeah. The other rule that's important to note is you're not allowed to be you're only allowed in the common area between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. and you have to vacate your room entirely between noon and 3 p.m. each day so it can be cleaned.
All right. You both have phases as well, just in case.
I asked the lady in the morning if she's there.
She is.
We can leave our stuff there though, right, during the vacation point where they're cleaning.
Yes. She says, "What was all that noise in your room, sir?" She looks at Alice.
Calisthenics.
Please try to keep it more civil.
Are there other guests staying here at the moment?
Not yet. she looks like she has no leg to stand on with that.
And who does the cleaning so I know who to chase down if something of my property goes missing?
She looks really indignant and says, "I do the cleaning."
All right, I'm pretty sure I can take you. All right, so what are we going to do today?
Her mouth falls open. What? What did you say?
I'm
What
sorry?
did you say?
Say what?
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 A sphincter says what?
What?
I pick up my drink, keep drinking the orange juice. This is lovely orange juice.
Give me a fast talk roll to charm her back into not like being indignant there, lumberjack.
I spit it on her. God, what did you do? Milk a yak in this fucking thing?
Your bags will be packed and ready for you to take out when you get in. Now she
No,
hurries
don't
up.
worry. Oh, no. Get the fuck out of my way. I'll pack my stuff. I don't want you fucking peeing in my bag, too.
She says,
Wow. That happened quick.
Wow, that
the bad news is that there's no refund. Now you two were allowed to stay on a very probationary business or basis, but for the extra, yes.
What anything?
As I leave, see you later, sugar tits.
She says. Right. Where would you like to move your stuff to?
Sit on the front porch with my stuff, as always, and wait.
They eventually come out after breakfast. Sugar Tits is not amused.
what was that all about, Colburn?
I had a rough night. Fucking bed's lumpy. She probably peed in that, too.
Well, lemurs tend to. You know what they say about lemurs.
That's how I like it.
Fucking lemurs. By the way, McKay, I absolutely fucking loathe these animal-headed fucking weirdos.
That's the nature of this zone.
I know.
It's the one we've got the best space set up in. That's the whole reason
It's not.
are here.
It fucks me up, man.
I know. Just
It puts me off kilter. I do apologize.
maybe you should take some lessons off Alex here in regards to your relationships with them.
Ah.
Shows Alex slapping somebody's ass as he passes. Woo!
Right, sugar titsy.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
Oh man.
Brilliant.
I was going to ask is there a Mr. Johnson?
Not anymore.
She is too enraged to have polite conversation right now,
Okay.
as you may have guessed.
Yeah.
Right. But you guys all get together on the porch as he's sitting there with his possessions and trumpet case.
Okay, so the crows to the south of the woods. I notice there's we can do the old-fashioned way. I notice there's a newspaper.
Yep. I was just going to say we could.
Yeah, we could wander around the town, get a feel for the lay of the town, see who's about, see if there's anything weird or unusual we spot.
I was going to say, if you want, I could just read through the different businesses in brief.
Yeah. We'll get an overview of the layout of the town, get a feel for it.
For
see
the
what
people at
business is
home.
there. For the people at home. You couldn't see them up.
Poor bastards. All right, no problem.
Beat up the map, too.
Let's see. Johnson's Lumber Works. This is probably where Colburn will end up breaking into to sleep. Looks like they've got a chain link fence, sturdy lock and chain, sits on what remains of the lumber works. There's a closed sign on the chain lock gate. some buildings, and it looks like it's there's no barbed wire or anything that shit on top of the fence. So either climbing over or picking lock are the easiest ways in. Doesn't look like anything's going on inside at all. Across from Johnson Lumber Works is the only general store in town. It's called Johnson's General Store. And in there, they've got all the normal shit, canned and dried goods, basic hardware and tools, work clothes, household items, general useful stuff. By the way, this is just a walk around. You're not going and talking to people. You can do that on your own. Let's see. The newspaper, it looks like they do have it doesn't look like they keep their old newspapers and shit here. And their newspaper probably goes out like twice a month or some bullshit.
What bloody newspaper is this?
A really small one of a fucking town of 350 people. So they have to really stretch to make that once every 2 week thing.
Even small ones, though, should keep.
Have you tried Mrs. Johnson's new apple pie?
Right. Let's see. Lodge number 82 is a plain brick single-story building that has a circular shingle to identify it. Hanging next to the sturdy oaken door, it bears the only silhouette of a leaping bobcat and the text FBOB number 82. I'll copy paste that just in case you didn't hear it correctly. Yep. He says, "Go Bobcats," instinctually as he passes it. And let's see, what else is here? The town hall, sitting on a small rise on the end of town of Johnstown, is an impressive 3-story tall granite edifice with columns and the motto "Ocelit homines bestia." There's the motto. Yes.
Try and get a bloody check.
Mm-hmm.
Guess it's something beast. Yes, I make my Latin. Of course I do.
Fumble, right. Coburn, this translates into
Oops.
sugar tits. Sugar tits pee on things, or something of that nature. The other people who made their Latin, it translates into kill the beast people, which is a odd motto to have for the town. And let's see, inside they've got a mayor's office. What else have they got here? There's a sheriff's office that has like one holding cell in the back for somebody who's been just a bit naughty.
I could give it 10, maybe 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be getting our friend
Someone
being Mr. P on things, P on the sugar tits. They also have Johnstown Public Library. It looks as though it is a house that's been turned into a library, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And it looks like they got a lot of books, just walking by looking in the windows. And then they have an old gray building, which is odd because it's surrounded by a picket fence. Rather than being painted white, though, the fence and every other detail on the building are painted a flat, dull gray. And then the boarding house you've seen and managed to alienate. Let's see, Johnson's Fine Pelts. It's one of the shops. It's 1 story tall. Painted on the door in a crisp but weather-faded stenciled letters are Johnson's Fine Pelts. Inside lots of dead shit.
Are the pelts made out of people?
You want to go in and look at the? Okay. The last building I've got is Johnson Manor. It has a 7-foot tall brick wall and a wrought iron gate. It's built in the style of the Great Genovian manor homes, constructed on the highest point of the land in Johnstown, so that the entire town could be seen and take heart in the fact that the Johnson family was there building a better future for tomorrow for all of its citizens. But now the windows are dark and the great lawn has grown wild. All along the rooftop and the protective wall are a fuck ton of crows staring at you guys with black, soulless eyes. You do notice spot hidden rolls at full. Oh, and it's on about a 5-acre lot, however the fuck big that is. Critical, of course. He goes, everybody notices that there's a second floor window that is slightly open. But you'd have to get past the wall in order to blah, blah,
And
blah.
crows.
Well, yeah.
Does it look, Logan, like there are maybe a higher concentration of crows here than the rest of the town, or just the same?
Maybe a little bit more here, but it's pretty evenly spread, honestly. According to Pete, with his fucking critical spot hidden, there are 16% more crows here, but that just could be a coincidence.
Yeah.
Stop eating fruit. You're not going to get healthy.
Cherries are lovely.
Uh-huh. So, what would you guys like to go and investigate?
Look up at a couple of the crows. Just double checking. Do any of you guys talk?
They just sit there and look at you. They just.
Oh,
do you have
question.
crow empathy also, Matt?
No, just crow handling and training.
Would you like to try to roll your crow empathy?
I would.
Okay.
I get a bit of crow loving going on.
Oh God.
Critical.
You have crow handling? Oh,
Yes.
This is empathy.
You're trying for empathy. You still rolled not 5. It's not a crit, but I think you would have succeeded at your learning, huh?
Yes.
So, right. They seem watchful and like they're holding themselves in a cat-like state of readiness or crow-like state of readiness.
To attack.
You're not really sure, but with your crow empathy new skill, yes, you have to write another new skill down. You think that there's something, this is very unnatural, and you're thinking it's almost like they are puppets. They're puppet crows.
Puppet crows.
By the way, if anybody else wants to try crow empathy, you can feel free to have a roll. I don't think you'll make an 5 on it, but you can give it a shot if you want. Just learn ×1 that shit. Maybe you'll get a check and learn. Or not. So, you guys look at him. He's babbling about puppet crows again.
Puppet crows. These are someone's puppets. Someone evil, just like me.
One of the crows looks at the other crow, who looks at it, and then they look back at you.
Yeah, okay. Ooh.
Ting tang, walla bing bang.
I like that. He's like, and his hand just sticks food in way he wasn't expecting it.
I whisper to the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a spot hidden roll as he begins whispering to you guys.
Critical.
All the crows lean forward. One topples off the wall and then kind of gets up and flaps back up.
At that point, I just say, actually, I don't need to say anything. My point is now proven. We need to be careful.
Just when he says that, he turns away and dramatically strides into a rake.
Actually, I was going to try and do the we've got to be careful heroic pose.
Go for it.
Ah, so close.
I'm just imagining I'm doing a half a heroic pose while peeing on the wall. We have to be careful. And you guys are like,
Oh boy.
Well, you know, breakfast. Some of you got to have breakfast. Some of you got kicked out.
I got some of my breakfast before she kicked me out.
Yeah. Muffins look pretty good. You're thinking maybe if she wouldn't pee on him so much, they'd be better.
That's how I like them. Extra pee. No. So, right. Anywhere? Do we want to inspect this more, or? So this is basically almost the south you can go in this town. So it's the woods behind the house, basically, that people go into, and the crows are like, kill, kill, kill.
Well, the woods are almost surrounding the town aside from the road in.
Yeah, but he specifically said to the south is where you... Because obviously the road we came in, we didn't get attacked.
Correct.
And that would have been surrounded by woods.
Yes. Well, there's some woods that direction, but the town is set right along the edge of the woods. Almost like they'd lumbered the fuck out of everything that was easier to transport away. Bastards. A lot of tree stumps, though. It's a land of happy tree stumps. Look at how joyous they are.
Okay. Right.
This is not okay. It's too many birds in one place.
Hence my fat man shadow reference.
First he doesn't like the beastkin people. Then he doesn't like the birds. Next he's not gonna like eating meat. Next
Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds.
Yeah, this is a little too weird.
Are you just gonna burn the town down now?
Thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
You guys walk away. The crows watch you go. They're always watching. Well, maybe they're always watching. You're not really sure if they're always watching. Who has animal handling, crow? That'd be Kinley. Give me a roll on it for an extra piece of information.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
No. He hasn't rolled yet.
Critical.
You remember when you were? It shows Alex Kinley sitting there, and he's got like little circus tents up, like a flea circus, but he's using crows for it instead, for reasons. You remember that getting them to do anything at night was a real pain in the ass because they're diurnal.
Yeah.
So anyway, you guys head over to the newspaper. The current owner, operator, editor-in-chief, publisher, printer, etc. is named Dutton Johnson. He's happy to receive you. He says, "Oh, it's nice to see you. How are you?"
Very good, thank you. Yourself?
"I'm lovely."
How long have you run the town newspaper?
"I've been running it for over 30 years, man and boy."
And are you the editor-in-chief?
I have the distinguishment of holding that position, I do.
Very good.
Thank you.
Are you also the only person that works here?
I am. Yes, but I'll tell you what, this, he waves his hand around, is the first bit of decent news in this backwater burger scene since the mill opened.
What, the birds?
Yes, the birds.
Is it bringing more people to town?
Quite the opposite, I should say. I'm surprised you're here. You're rich tourists from San Angeles, no doubt. You have the look of the Australian about you.
Mm-hmm. Very observant of you, sir.
He says. Let me get you something to drink, he says.
Whiskey.
I never had whiskey before noon. How about some gin?
Go on then.
Right. He brings out 4 glasses and pours them. Yeah, it'd be of assistance.
I knocked them all back.
He goes,
Very nice.
More. I say, God. Well, he puts one far enough away you'd have to lunge for it, and then fills it, and then fills up the other 3. So how may I be of assistance to you, fine Australians, today? Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm wondering if you could shed a bit more light on the current situation.
That's quite easy, honestly. It's all John Johnson's fault. Too much power in the hands of one man, boy, really. He set us up to fail by putting all the eggs in one basket, and those eggs apparently have all hatched in the crow farm.
So, he put all the money into the lumberyard.
What? No. That was his father, John Johnson, not John Johnson, the son. No, the lumber mill has been going since the town was created almost a couple of years ago, forever by now. But no, what happened was, when the lumber mill was going away, because the other town, some other town, they began saying, oh, look, we can ship these logs and such to you by river. Isn't that wonderful? We don't have to use these horses and such. He said, let's make this into a tourist town because it's really lovely here. We just stop chopping down trees because a lumber mill is going to fail anyway. So we may as well just make it into a tourist town and everybody will be happy. And they were until the birds came, but then the birds came and now nobody's happy anymore.
And the birds have been here.
Operated. What?
Excuse me. And the birds have been here for about a week?
A bit longer than a week, but yes, close enough. I feel an evil presence. Oh, there it is. Ah!
And so John Johnson, does he have many people in his employ?
None, I should say. He had to let them all go, but they've been making money at least until the tourist trade died, as I'm sure the town will now die. Everything's dying. I feel like I'm dying. Would you like a gin?
Certainly. So he let all his
keep it away from that other chap, he says.
He let all his people go, did he?
Yeah, had to. He's closing lumber mill then, wasn't he?
No, not the people working at the lumber mill. Who looks after the manor? It's an awfully big place.
Oh, it is.
Individual, so generally you've got like a butler and a maid and a gardener.
I think he let them go as well. He's become a bit of a recluse within the last week or so, maybe 2. I don't know. What
happened to the people that worked at the manor?
Oh, they've gotten jobs in other things and whatnot. I think one of them runs a tour group at least until they were, attacked or something. What?
And if one wanted to book a tour group, where would one do so from?
Oh, have you been to the bed and breakfast yet?
Yes.
Perfect. Yes, just ask her. I'm sure she'd be happy to sort you out.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, being a tourist town, being as that your plan was for this to be a tourist town.
Why aren't you drinking a gin? Here, I insist. Have a gin.
Thank you.
Very good.
This is tourist town, right?
It is now.
Right. So, what other accommodations are there in this town other than her place?
Oh, none. It's just starting out as a tourist town. We've not been doing it that long. What? But her place is famous. Always very clean. The food is very good.
Right. I found the service lackluster.
I'm sorry to hear that. The only thing that offends her is rude people. Other than that, you should be on a good side. What?
The problem is there's translate difference in what customs are, and sometimes if a person isn't as worldly, they will be offended by things that would not offend others so easily.
We are men of the world, aren't we? What?
All right.
I said toast you.
Just that one. Right. So, do you know anywhere else in town I can stay?
Oh, you need accommodations?
Yeah.
I'm sure that there'll be somebody.
Well,
You might want to stop by the town hall and ask there. Ask. Mrs. Stella Johnson might have a place to let.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
wait, no. I tell a lie. Go to the lodge. Stella Johnson works at the lodge. I forgot she changed jobs last year. The lodge. Lodge. Yes, Fraternal Order of the Bobcat, yes. Right. Fraternal Brotherhood of the Bobcat. It used to be the
that makes
Fraternal
more
Order.
sense.
Yes, Fraternal Brotherhood of the Bobcat.
Go Bobcats.
Yes, quite.
Right.
What?
The Brotherhood of the Bobcat, and I am to look for this woman there.
Stella Johnson, yes. She's
Stella.
a clerk there.
Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
What?
Clerk.
She worked
What?
there.
Oh, clerk. I thought you said a cleric. I was like, what?
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 Harumph.
So Stella works at the lodge.
Yes.
So
So does
John-
Cirrus Johnson. What?
Pardon? So does...
Cirrus Johnson. Dario?
Cirrus.
Yes.
Who's Cirrus?
He's the administrator.
Hmm.
Stella is the clerk. Cirrus is the administrator.
Okay. What do they do there?
They administrate, I believe.
To what?
The Fraternal Brotherhood of the Bobcat. Almost everybody in town's a member, except you, I mean. Perhaps you'll join. Will you? What?
Mayhaps.
Oh, good.
What?
What?
Is there anyone in town that isn't a member aside from us?
Go Bobcats.
Go Bobcats, he says. Well, yes, we do have one person that I am aware of who is not a member because he's the wrong sort, I believe. What?
And who's the wrong sort?
Well, aside from immigrants, of course, the wrong sort would be, what's his name?
Shit. That's not a very good name.
Yeah, you should work on that.
Ebediah Johnson.
The town priest.
Priest? He looks totally confused, like he's never heard that term before. He says, no, I'll find out.
I was just thinking who might not join up a lodge. And considering the nature of some lodges, I could see people of the faith. But yes, I suppose there's no religions.
He says that would be Ham Johnson. He's the town drunk.
And where would we find Ham?
I'm not really certain. What?
Huh?
What?
Does he live? Does he have a residence?
A residence? No. The town, I believe, in general. That's why he's not a member. You have to have a residence to be a member.
So we probably would find him at the drinking house.
No, they don't allow him in there unless he has money.
So Bindle's in and out this year.
I'm not sure, he says. He attempts his hobo etiquette. Oh, they're in this year.
God damn it. And yet when we need something of useful information, it will be a 90 fucking 8.
I was reading a magazine the other day about it.
Oh, which one, he says?
I think it was Hobo Weekly. I can't recall the exact title of it.
I prefer bindles for everyone.
Oh. How about you, sir? Which hobo-related material do you like to read? He says to the fireman.
I don't read hobo material.
Oh, what?
So,
See.
you've been here quite a long time.
Yes,
Were you amongst
I've
the
been here
other
for some of the
30
longest,
years?
almost 2 years now.
So
My
you were
God, disappeared.
run away.
He's good.
Scarpet. Okay, so yes, you've been here since almost from the founding. I understand there were some elves in the area.
Oh, nasty, wretched creatures. But no, don't worry. We've killed them off, driven them away.
So did
What?
they have a secret site or anything nearby?
Now that you mention it, I think our town might be built on an authentic elvish burial ground.
Oh,
I'm not
Boy,
sure.
boy.
It's always the best. It's always the best. They
Let
put
me
their.
guess, the manor house is on top of the main part of it.
It could be. They always have the best property values. The ancient
Mhm.
elvish
Well,
burial grounds.
I'd also say maybe being that it was the highest point would also mean that it was probably the more revered part of the
Mhm.
burial ground.
Oh, he says.
Knowing these things, of course.
Ha ha ha! He says.
Okay.
Hmm,
Ha ha ha!
yeah.
He looks disappointed at the other guy who's not joining in the ha ha ha.
Ha. I'll ha 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 for him.
Keen man, that what?
Okay. So what's Mr. Johnson been doing to John Johnson, that is, to
I
promote
know which
the
one you were talking about. Is this
oh, that's good. To promote the town for
quite
tourist
a
perspective.
bit? He has many rich friends and such that he had notified, and they'd come in. Some of our initial guests, and from after that, word of mouth spread like something that spreads rather quickly.
Okay. Are they any staying at the manor at the moment that you're aware of?
Ebola.
And you're welcome, he says. No, not that I am aware of. I am not kept abreast of the dictates of the high and mighty.
So you don't have a society section in your newspaper?
Well, we used to, but he asked us to stop because he was the only person in it.
Mhm.
And yes, trying to interview him once every 2 weeks, saying, "Look, I have to have something for this piece of paper I'm going to put in our other papers." It was just too much.
So I'm assuming he's not titled or anything?
Not as far as I know.
Okay. He's just a town elder as such.
His father was a very powerful man until he was shot by that foul elf thing. But yeah, he's a good man. He looks out for the town. He's a bit of a daydreamer, wandering around and such. But he's a good man.
Do you,
How
I
old is he?
wouldn't hear a word said against him. What?
How
do you
old
know
is he?
the story?
What? He says.
Age. How old is he?
30 something.
Does he have a wife?
No.
Husband?
No.
Sorry, Alex?
Yeah,
No, he doesn't have one of those either.
that's a shame.
Mm.
Do you know the story behind how apparently he was killed by the elves?
Oh no, he's still alive up in his manor.
His
No,
father.
the father.
Oh, the father, yes. It was at the end of the Battle of San Andreas. His father was fighting near a very great, powerful, heroic warrior. What was his name? It was Alan Killbelly or something. And
Do you have an article did you have an article in the newspaper about it?
no, it was before the town's founding and such. There might be something in the library. Anyway, this Alan
Sorry,
Killbelly.
I thought John Johnson founded the town.
He did, but this was back at San Angeles. He came from somewhere, you see.
Yeah, so how did he found the town if he died at the Battle of San Angeles?
I don't know. I think that he had already bought the land or something. But anyway, he'd taken a mortal wound and somehow managed to live on for another year afterward.
I
He was
see.
continually dying, but he was in the Battle of San Angeles with his Alan Wartbelly or something, and
Manning one of the wall cannons.
quite possibly. I'm not really sure. I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I was there twice.
That would explain a lot, he says. So yes, Alan Waterbelly and he were apparently great chums.
I see.
Wow, TJ's camera went all to shit since he had turned it off and then back on again because it's like he's in stop animation.
It's looking like, yeah, or he's voguing.
Are you voguing or doing stop animation, TJ?
He's voguing.
Oh my god, no, he's blurred. I'll tell you what, in the future, instead of turning off the camera, just cover it with something. That way it will work when you get back, as opposed to, I'm here, I'm over here. Oh, he's voguing now.
Nice.
It's slowly starting to work again, but yeah, just put your hat or something over the camera. That'll do you better. So, all right.
So, is
Heard some
there...
more.
So, and Mr. Johnson owns most of the unoccupied land around these parts, or does somebody else own it?
I'm not really sure. I think the Johnson family owns it. Yes.
Is there any unoccupied dwellings in the town at the moment?
Oh, not currently, but there may be something built. Of course, we have very strict building codes now. Everything needs to be pretty for the tourists. He says, what?
So the old grey building. What?
Oh, yes. That belongs to somebody who disagreed vehemently with opening up the town to tourists. He's a bit of a pain in the ass, old timer. His building may come up for sale if he ever irritates somebody enough that they kill him. Or if he dies from old age, of course. What?
What's his name?
His name is... Go, search function. Edward Johnson. He's just a simple aging nutcase. Nothing very interesting there.
Okay.
Curious, what's with the last name?
What do you mean?
Is there an ordinance in this town where everyone's last name must be Johnson?
I don't follow you.
What's your surname?
Johnson.
And the founder. So are you related to? So is it
Yeah.
just a coincidence?
Apparently. He looks totally curious, like, I don't see why this is an issue.
Of course. All right. So, Mr. Johnson.
Yes? It's been very good having you over, but I'm afraid our time has come to an end.
You're dying?
Now it's...
You've run out of gin?
Yes, I have. He glares at Kenley. He's trying to get home.
I'm out of here.
Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Johnson.
Of course.
As
And
we're walking out. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Pete.
Sorry, I was just going to say,
Go ahead.
if you wish to interview some veterans of the San Angeles War.
Very good. Let me know when you find some. Thank you so much for coming by.
You may come and talk to us.
Yes, I'm always happy to visit with you. He says, completely missing the point. He's just a little pickled.
Yes.
You think perpetually pickled.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. You guys leave there, and where would you like?
The door has yet to close.
Are you going to call him Sugar Tits?
I look just ahead of us and go, I'm really surprised he didn't bring up the fact that Johnson's sleeping with Johnson's Johnson.
Yes.
It just shows me like,
Nicely put.
Yup. Right. You guys go from that place to another place. Where would you like to go? Oh, by the way, just as a quick aside, I may have mentioned to Matt, but I haven't mentioned to you two. If you guys can complete this one quick enough, there's a bonus mod also. Nobody else has gotten to the bonus yet.
Are we gonna go to the mansion now?
No, at night when there's
Yeah.
when the crows are docile.
All right, fair enough.
Yep. Might as well hit the. Well,
The
Great
lodge
building?
or
yeah,
the
could hit the library, but I think we got so much out of that guy. It's
Let's find the old guy. Let's find the one person in town who doesn't like these fucking people.
the grey building then?
Yeah.
You guys head over to the flat, dull gray building, and when you get close to the door, the guy tries for his listen rolls to hear you coming up his path. Aha! He bursts open the door and he says, "The evil messengers have taken roost in our town, and no one dares to shoo them away. Look into your heart and see how they have become as black as those birds." Excuse me, he points at the fireman. Were you the one looking for accommodation?
Yes.
Oh, please come in.
Excellent.
Being crazy is one thing, but making a fuck off this guy is another. No problem. He shows you. He's like, "I just fixed up the bedroom. Heard you might be looking for something. It's $3 a night, and all of the bread you can eat.
All the bread I can eat?
Well, as long as it is equal to or less than this loaf here."
You can say he can eat a lot of bread.
Oh.
For $3 a night, you should do.
It just shows me taking loaves and chucking them out the window to the birds.
No problem. Yeah, it looks like an acceptable, but kind of weird. This guy's like kind of working on his hoarding skill, but he's not quite perfected it up to like Matt's level. So,
True.
Excellent. My kind of guy.
yeah.
All right. Yes. So, what can you tell us about what's been going on? And by the way, fuck tourism.
Yes. Well, it's because this town has not repented of its wickedness. They must repent before it is too late.
Repent!
You're a
Repent.
follower of who?
What?
What?
Huh? Did you
So
say?
they're repenting.
Oh, you're repenting? Well
No,
done.
they are. Who are they repenting for? To?
Oh, just trying to be generally nicer, he says.
I see. All right.
Aren't they being nicer?
He says. No, they are nothing but horrible people trying to get me to paint my house in cheery colors. I say fuck them.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Now, what's your name again? I want to know you better.
Edward Johnson. He sticks out his hand. Old lemur. Whatever.
Shake his fucking clawed hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Surprised you kept the surname. Would have thought you would have bucked that by now just to let the rest of them know just how much you don't agree with them.
But what?
Huh? What's that, Johnson?
I'm not following you here.
Yeah, the rest of the town. They want you to do what they want you to do. They want you to be
That's
just like them. They want you to be also a Johnson.
I was a Johnson before they were a Johnson. I'm older than any of them.
Are you the oldest person in town?
I may be.
Who's
If there's anybody older, they may have died.
been running behind you? Who's next up in that list?
I'm not sure. Are you thinking they're responsible for all this horrible, wicked depravity? I like the
Probably.
cut of your jib. So who's paying? Did you pay?
I look over at McKay.
So how many silver a night was it?
It was 3/20 of $1, or no, 3/20 of 1 gold.
So we'll say that's 10 silver.
Woohoo! He says. I need
Well,
5
it's
seven of
almost
1 gold.
it's almost 7. 3 and a 20 is almost 7, so it's like 8 or something.
Thank you,
You
McKay.
said it was 3 gold a night. That's why I was like, what the fuck?
He
Yeah, I was
says,
gonna say I'd
need
like
one
to see what Tim's getting for that.
I need 1 and 15/16 of. Start giving him more and more ridiculous.
How much for your house?
Buying a fucking house. I think his whole house would be like probably 10 gold and lock, stock, and barrel. He'll take the 10 gold and fucking leave town. So if you just want to buy his fucking house, it could be your new house.
Yeah, but then we have to be members to be property owners.
Members of what?
Other way around. Other way around, he says.
What?
You can't join the. Are you talking about
Own property in town before you can join.
Oh, there you go.
Would you like to purchase property that all 3 of you can own? You could hire this guy back as local caretaker. Maybe if you want to spend
Well, why not?
build them a. Are you?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you want to, for an additional 5 gold, you can order a little house to be built that is on this property.
Damn it! How much was it?
15 gold total, including my new house. He says that. Will be
All right,
built on
here
the
you
property.
go, 15 gold.
Yeah, he says. The main bed's right this way. He says, thinking that you must be the manservant of the guy with the tuba case because you're buying stuff for him.
I wouldn't touch that. No, don't touch the simpleton's money. What is wrong with you?
he takes you over. He shows you his room. He grabs a couple of
Throwing his own shit out of the room.
Oh yeah, you gotta live here with all his shit. For that amount of money, he'll buy new shit, better shit. So there's that room, and then there's a small guest room that somebody else can sleep in, and then a main room somebody can sit in a chair and sleep. Yeah, this guy takes the money and he says, "I'll be back when my house is built." See ya.
No. That money count. You got to build your own house with that money.
Bye.
All right. Can you bring up the map of the town again?
Oh, the fumbled bargain roll. It's one of Logan's
Oh yeah.
favorite things. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The only way to get better at it is to keep rolling. Where are we? Gray.
You can take a photo of the map.
Okay, so H is. Oh, so that's actually decent. Oh, that's actually not too bad. That's worth it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got his block pretty much takes up the
Oh,
top
yeah.
of a town
Big
block.
size.
It is a huge size.
We are now the second largest property owner.
I suggest.
Exactly right.
I suggest.
And
the
also
building.
gives us really good, if we wish, it gives us a good observation point to look on to the manor.
You know what this town really needs? A good
Not
casino.
a brothel.
How did you say casino?
Wait,
I'm
those aren't
amused
the
by
same
your idea. All right, we better go to the, before he gets too far.
He shows him making it.
Wait.
He's going faster.
We need to go to the town hall and sign over the paperwork. Otherwise,
Oh.
I'm gonna report you for theft.
He goes to the town hall, signs over the paperwork.
Good.